Yeah, you can go to the moon. What's a shower? We're early. It's 10 minutes of. My clock is wrong. My office clock is wrong. It's slow. Let's change the battery. Darn it, it just broke. Yep. I think my clock just broke. Darn it. Definitely broken. I don't think I can fix it. Nope, it's shot. That's too bad. Darn it. All right, broke the clock. You know, Mark, every morning, every day before the report, that's what I think of doing. And then I realize I kind of want to put my attention on the jobs report, the US jobs report. But usually Canada, it just shoots in one direction. So I was thinking of doing both. Why yes? All right, let's see. Hopefully the stream is working. Okay, good morning, folks. I'm a little bit early. I rather watch the markets a little bit. Yeah, it's one target on Canada. Well, the issue then becomes, why not just do a small first target and then make the second target the target you think is really going to be hit? You know what I mean? It's like, it almost doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be extra management necessarily. All right, well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the U.S. Jobs Report, Canada Jobs Report. I'm a little bit early. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the Trading Director of 10-Minute Trades. Please remember that all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures. And we're here watching the markets a little bit. We're a little bit early. I'm going to probably move my news. You see how many elements there are in the news report? Because you also have Canada's jobs report as well as the US jobs report. Now I'm a few minutes early, so just going to quietly watch a little bit because I don't want people to feel like they've missed something just because I started early. It's kind of not fair. So, you know, we might chat a little bit, but I'm not going to actually start talking about setups yet. Now, you can check your time sync. There's never any harm in checking your sync. Canada is on the right. The US is on the left. They're expecting, what's interesting is the number of payrolls. If my memory is correct, it's very close to the payroll numbers that were in ADP. If you go back to the now they're not the same data set, so it really doesn't matter. If we look at ADP, just for fun, ADP on Wednesday, yeah, they were all, I thought it was 400,000 and it was way higher. That doesn't mean this is going to be way higher, but I think the jobs are going to be good. I think it's going to be good news. That's what I think. I think the news will be good. Gold is kind of flat. It's not like up monstrous or down monstrous. Now, Mark, what do you think? You've been watching gold. To you, is gold kind of flat? Do you agree with that? It doesn't appear to be a huge trend right now in gold. Which I actually prefer for this kind of report. I'd rather that gold just respond only to the report, if possible. It responds anyway. No matter what, there's almost always a response, an impact from this report. But I thought the numbers were the same. They were expecting 400,000. And I think that the US jobs report is going to be positive. I think it's going to be positive. And I think Canada will be positive also. They're expecting 50,000 jobs in Canada. I think the news will be positive. Now, the funny thing is every time I get here, every time I think about trading both Canada and the US at the same time, I don't do it because I realize I really just want to concentrate on the US report because it's very impactful. I put a moderate amount of risk on the report. It's not that I'm afraid or anything like that. I just don't want to be distracted by the other report. I believe that, especially if you're not trading a whole bunch of contracts, then you could trade, a couple of contracts on Canada, a couple of contracts on the US. Canada usually shoots in one direction. And to my way of thinking, Canada this morning is a family money trade because it is a very reliable move especially when it trades with the US jobs report. Okay. It's definitely a reliable move. So what I'm going to do is something goofy that I never do. I never do. One second. So it's Friday. What a week it's been. A long week. Next week's going to be very busy. I'm trading gold this morning, Mark. I'm trading gold. There's two instruments I really want to trade on this report. Two instruments I really want to trade on this report that I haven't in a long time. Gold and ZB. We used to trade ZB all the time on this report. That was our prime instrument when I first got here. And there was a feature in the software that was only written for this report, and it was called reverse. I'll show you. It's called reverse on stop out. I forget. Yeah, reverse if stopped out. Only for this report if you trade ZB. And hasn't been tested in years. It was a very specialized reason for using that feature. That's a feature that I would love to discuss with the programmer and work on changing it. It doesn't work the way you would think it would, so it's not something we use. But I'm actually going to set my trade up. I want to save my trade, and I'm going to save my bond trade also. So the bracket is 12. And 3 positions. I'm using 3 positions. My first target is always small. My first target, I always go for about 7 ticks on gold. And then my middle target, I don't mind the 15 at all. And my outer target is 35. It's been moving pretty good. Been moving pretty well. And then I'll put an extra target in the middle. Extra target in the middle. The stop, this is a high risk report because you're risking a lot of money. $100 plus slippage. $100 plus slippage on your entry, on your contract. $829.59. And I really am trading. Now I tried to trade this. This was going to be our first family money trade. We got our new account set up and the data is not working. And I don't know why. And I didn't want to spend a lot of time fussing with the tech support stuff. I just want to concentrate, just want to trade. Didn't want to think about it. So I'm going to save my template. Why am I saving my template? Just because. I probably have an old template. US jobs, gold, and 521. So that's my gold setup. And we also have a bond set up. So I saved that. So my gold setup is ready to go. And what I'm going to do also. Okay, Cesar, I don't ever do it automatically, Cesar. I forgot if you told me it was Cesar or Caesar. Cesar, I hope is right. I know I bugged you yesterday. I'm terrible. Let's look at last month's. I'm going to set up a secondary. It doesn't look like it's going to be necessary today to set up a secondary bond report. Like, let's say gold bond trades. Let's say gold got really volatile before the report, and I wanted to trade bonds also. I can have a trade set up and ready to go so that, if I was interested in trading bonds, I could. In other words, it just would protect me from not being able to trade if the market got too volatile. In other words, bonds are usually quieter before a trade than gold is. That's all I'm saying. So I usually use a bracket of 4 on bonds. And I do I usually do a smaller setup because it doesn't move as much. It moves pretty well, but not quite as much. And then the stop would be 8, and the entry time is similar, 829.59. The thing you have to notate is this is a different trade, different instrument. Bonds, jobs. So if I were going to trade bonds, I would use a bracket of 4. I would use 2 contracts for 5 ticks, 1 for 9, 2 for 9, 1 for 18. 18 is probably big. 18 is probably big. The stop is 8. And the entry time, I think 18 is too big. I mean, look, if you get there, you might as well leave it. If you get there and you can manage the trade, it doesn't reverse fast, you can move into it. So targets at 5, 9, and 18 is pretty reasonable. Now, I'm not trading them both at the same time. I'm just setting up a second trade. If I didn't like the way the market looked, whoops, on gold, I'm so goofy in the morning. Bracketed floor, 2 for 5 ticks, 2 for 9 ticks, 2 for 18, labeled. Oh, I know what I did. I goofed. Okay, I got to put my gold trade back in. So that's why I'm glad I saved it. Okay, so that's my bond trade. So if I were going to trade bonds, it would be a little bit tricky. I'll tell you why, because I was planning on watching Canada. Oh, I got to tell my boss not to do this. He's trying to trade my account. Hang on, folks. I got to call him, so bear with me. He's trying to use, we're both trying to trade on the same account. We can't do that. So bear with me. Hold on, folks. Okay, folks, sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right, let me get set up, folks. Let me get set up. I'm trading only US, okay? Only US. That's all I'm trading. US jobs. Just to go over my gold setup. I want to thank everybody for visiting. I really appreciate it. So I'm starting from scratch. Let's see, I got my bonds trade saved. I've got my bond trade in. I'm saving the template. ZN jobs. Today is the 5th and the 21st. All right. Now, I also have my gold trade template saved. So I'm loading my gold template that I just set up just a minute ago. If I saved it, there it is, US jobs gold template. So I've got a bracket of 12. I've got one target for 7 ticks, 2 targets for 15, 1 target for 35. The stop is 20. The entry time is 8:29:59. and the trade is labeled. Apply and OK. Okay, that's my left chart. On my right chart, and I do not plan on trading bonds today. I'm trading gold. Good morning, Charles. You made it in. I'm trading gold. Let me record. So I'll set up my little bond setup. Check your time sync. I've already checked my time sync. I'll check it again. But just a heads up, I've already checked it. Now, I'm not trading bonds and gold. I'm trading gold. But if the market is very, very volatile, I'll have a secondary trade ready to go for bonds. I don't anticipate it, to be honest. There will be volatility on gold. My bracket is 4 on bonds. And I can load my template because I just saved it. So let me load it. ZN jobs 11/5/21. My bracket is 4. I've got 2 contracts for 5 ticks, 2 for 9, 1 for 18, which is a lot. My stop is 8. 829.59 is the entry. I'm not enabling this trade, but if I want to trade it, I have the ability to trade it. That's bonds. Gold is what I'm interested in trading. Gold is getting ready to open. That's why you're seeing a little bit of volatility. Now, the one thing I want to do this morning, I want everything perfect this morning, not for any reason, just because I'm just looking at my brackets. I don't want to fuss with anything this morning. I just want to concentrate on the trade. That's all. So I'm just testing my bracket placement. Even though I've been doing this a million years, sometimes my brackets don't get placed the way that I like. So I'm just setting my trade early, and my brackets are too big. See what I mean? So I don't want to adjust them during the trade. I want them perfect. There we go. So now what I need to do is I set my time to 0 so that the strategy would fire, and I put myself on sim so that while I was testing, I wouldn't accidentally enter a real trade if my brackets were all goofed up. And now I'm back to my normal setup because I changed my time back. And now my charts are normal. Now there's a lot of news, okay? A lot of news. Now, if you're interested in trading Canada, if you want a lower risk trade, there's the Canada setup. A bracket of 10, 6C 1221 is the contract, targets of 7, 12, and 25, bracket of 10, entry time is 8:29:59 or 8:30, you can do either, and stop is 18. Okay, that's the Canada setup that I like. You can vary. You could do targets of 6, 14, and 30. Okay, you can use an entry time of 8:30. You can use a stop of 15 to 20. Okay, stop of 15 to 20 is fine. Now, I have already put myself in sync. So how do we test our sync? We go to the website time.is, right? We go to the website time.is, and I'm in sync, okay? Now, I do prefer, I like when Canada trades by itself, because then we get an extra family money trade, right? We get an extra money trade. Because I may trade bonds at the last second, although I don't think I will, I want my news off to the side. I will hear the news in my headphones because I'm listening to Financial Juice. So gold opened, and the markets are waiting for this report. In my opinion, there's really no question that the markets are waiting for this report. So who's never been here before? Who's never been here before? Now on YouTube, we have a whole bunch of people watching on YouTube. Why not give us a couple of likes? Sign up for our YouTube channel. Who's never been here before? Anybody? Anybody never been here before? So I'm going to check my setup one more time. So I've got my gold trade set up. It's a bracket of 12. I'm trading 7 ticks, 15 ticks, and 35 ticks for my profit. I've got a stop of 20. I have an entry time of 8:29.59. It's a breakout trade. And that's my setup. And I'm also looking at bonds. Once again, you know, if you're interested in trading Canada, markets, because there's no DMM for Canada, it's my call to call it a family money trade. And we haven't had a Canada DMM in years. And very honestly, it's just a question of me convincing the DMM prep people to make a DMM for it. It's a trade room bonus, really. It's a trade room bonus. So the news that we're looking at, and the reason I don't have the news in the room, is because there's so many elements making up the news. It takes up the whole chart, okay? Takes up the whole chart. So I've got it off to the side. Also, I'll be hearing the news result in my headset, okay? In my headset. What is the gap between the trade entries? I don't understand the question. Willie, please retype that question. I don't understand what you mean. What is the gap between the trade entries for this news report? Don't know what you mean. So we got about 5 minutes. This is always an important report because the markets care about the U.S. job market. The world markets care about the U.S. job market. And I'm just guessing. So if I had to guess, my gut feeling is there's a lot of jobs created in the U.S. economy. The question is, are there enough bodies? Are there enough bodies? So I want to turn off my crosshair. I just want a pointer. Okay, so crosshair gets turned off. The amount of ticks between the long, Willie, I'll tell you why that question doesn't make any sense. We bracket the market, so the only number that matters is 12. We're 12 ticks above the current price with our long order. We're 12 ticks below the current price with our short order. The gap between them has zero meaning. We don't even, that's, no one's thinking about that. It doesn't come into play. It's there. There is a gap, but it has no meaning because we're just bracketing the order above or below. We're not thinking about the difference between them. Okay. I hope that makes sense. So this has been a very good behaving report. It's definitely a family money trade. We've been trading this bond report since the day I got here, years and years ago. When I first got here, we were trading ZB. Then we added GC. And we traded the euro for a while. We had a euro setup for about a year, I would say, and it still works. The euro is a valid setup. Almost every instrument moves on this report. You could probably make a setup for almost any instrument that you want to trade. You know there's going to be an NQ move. You know the ES is going to move. Gold is going to move. The euro is going to move. The yen is going to move. All bonds are going to move. RTY will move. Any instrument you can think of is probably going to move. Corn, corn, the grains probably don't move, not impactfully. I'll bet you even oil has a move on this report. In the old days, when I first got, way before my time, every single report was traded on crude oil. Is that incredible? Every single report. So we got about a minute and a half. Calvin's trading pork bellies, right? Grains open. Grains are strange. They open at 8:30, I believe. I have to check my notes. On Thursday, I wanted to set up a grain trade. I think grains open at 8:30. Okay, let's watch. Now, gold, it often tries to scare you out of this trade. And it does a good job of it. So let's say I wanted to change from gold to bonds. I would uncheck the check and check bonds. But I think I'm committed to gold. We got a whipsaw that stopped us out. And then it moved. Whipsaw stopped us out. Now the news is very good. The news is very good. I don't like to chase here because you just don't know what direction is going to go. You just don't know. But we got caught in a whipsaw, and it's very unfortunate. This is the first jobs report that did not work in about 8 months. 8 months. So what happened is it actually looked like it worked. It traded early. Bonds barely moved. They barely moved. They barely moved. Now the news is positive. It could, it could push gold down. It could. But it's already made the push. It's already made the push. Bonds are pushing down. Bonds are pushing down. This is the first response from gold. I'm telling you, it's been 8 months that it hasn't been a good, solid trade. The first one. Very frustrating. It happens. It happens. What's ironic is bonds did work. Bonds did work. They didn't have a very big pop or burst at all. And then they slowly just kept dribbling down. Slowly kept dribbling down. Now, unfortunately, it's 2 minutes past the trade. 2 minutes past the trade. Gold, it could push down. Is it going to break the low? I'm not sure how much further past that low it's going to go at this point. So it put me in short, and then it burst up and whipsawed. The time of the execution is something I'm interested in seeing, because our entering at 0-0 probably wouldn't have saved us. Yeah, it's hard to say. It might have been better entering a second late. I'm watching price. And bonds did not move right at the news. They had a very slow response. Now, even though I lost money today, our family, if I was able to trade this in our family money account, I'm still up thousands of dollars in our family money account. It's the first time, if you look at the daily report, and I know it's frustrating. It's frustrating if someone is brand new and came in 2 months ago and hasn't been trading with us since April, because since April, we've been awesome. But if you look at the reports, winner, 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 winner. This is the first losing trade in 6 months. So here's what I really believe, and I know that this is makes it a little bit tricky to do what I'm saying, but we have a special going on, and just because we had a bad trade today doesn't mean that our family money trade system isn't working. So I know you probably think that I'm a little bit off the wall, but I'm not. I think that our system is great, and I'm looking forward to trading the next U.S. jobs report, because it doesn't stop out 2 times in a row. It's incredibly rare to stop out 2 times in a row. So give me a second. I want to show you something. Willie, did you have any problem with the link? You did have a problem, because I'm having a problem with the link right now. And I think there's something wrong with our link. You can't access it. Yep. I'm having trouble accessing it also. Let me see. So how did you join? Give me a second, folks. Watch the markets here. So gold is reversing. Now, look, of course it's frustrating. So here's our offer. I think our offer is still fantastic. jobbcombo.com, jobbcombo.com. Okay. $199 for everything for a month. It's a $199 sale. All right. Just because we had a losing trade today doesn't mean that our system doesn't work. I have full belief in our system. There is something wrong with the, I know what happened to the link. I know what happened. So here is JOBB combo. Get jobbcombo.com. Get jobbcombo.com. GETJOBBcombo.com. $199. You can join with us for a monthly service. Everything. Software, trade room, and we have bonuses that end in 24 hours from yesterday. An earnings trade masterclass, 14 months of daily market movers, and a training class. It's an awesome deal. It's absolutely an awesome deal. Now, once again, ironically, bonds would have worked and everybody would be joining, right? So you have to just face what happens, pick yourself up, and move towards what's coming next. And what's coming next week, there's a lot of good trades. Let me show you what's coming up for next week. I'll say it 1,000 times. I would trade this bond report, this U.S. jobs report every month. I will trade it every single month. I've been trading it for 5 years, and I've made money on this report. Next Tuesday, we have core PPI, a family money trade. We have WASD. WASD got stopped last month. I'm trading it big Tuesday. I can't remember when it ever got stopped twice in a row. 10-year note auction. Not my favorite family money trade, but not bad. API, crude oil, has made money 2 weeks in a row. CPI, NQ made money last month. Gold was challenged. Been a very good report for us, family money. 30-year bond, been a good bond report. Australia jobs, hanging in there as a family money trade. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potential family money trades for next week. It's an awesome week to join up with us. It's only $199 for a month, and you get everything. Plus an earnings class bonus, okay? One trade a month. One trade a month. One trade a month. Can pay for the service easily. Okay? Any questions, folks? Anybody have any questions? It's going to happen. Sometimes bonds were a winner. All you had to do was wait. Gold, unfortunately, it whipped, and then changed direction. So why did I change to gold? Because the profit opportunity is double or triple of bonds. I've seen the way gold's been trading. It's been trading great, and I truly wanted to have a possibility of a higher profit. That's why I did. Did anybody trade bonds out there? People say they canceled bonds. Did you stay in the trade, Israel? Did you stay in the trade? Nope, bonds worked. Fred, you canceled because there was no response initially. I might have canceled. I mean, being honest, it's possible. Because normally there's a big burst. Almost always there's a big burst. And I'll bet you anything that ZB had a great move. Let's look at ZB. If you change charts, make sure your trade is not enabled. So ZB, no, it did not have a very good move. In fact, it might have gone up first. ZB does not look that good. It had a big reversal, but not as good a move as ZN. ZN moved better. ZN moved better. Euro, instead we trade the euro. Look at the euro's move. Now, the euro had a very big move down. The euro had a very big move down on the trade candle. The euro looks like it would have been a great trade also. Great trade also. Sometimes bonds are delayed, Israel, not always. Eric, turn your mic on. Can you turn your mic on? Let me see if I can. See if you can talk now. I can't hear you. Okay, go ahead. So Eric wants to say something. He's one of our partners at the company, one of the owners. So check out what he's typing. Yep. I mean, Eric, what Eric is saying is that we are totally about the truth. We showed the transparency. We lost money today. There were quite a few instruments that would have worked. It's not that the system doesn't work. We had a little bit of bad luck by choosing. I chose to trade gold because I wanted the profit. But we show the truth about trading more than almost any company that I know. And we give plenty of opportunity for people to make their own choices and to make their own decisions. And just because I didn't make money today doesn't mean that you can't, okay? And as we're saying, we had a winner on ISM, we had a winner on API, we had a winner on ADP, we lost on FOMC, we had plenty of winning trades. Family money trades definitely work. Unfortunately, I chose gold today. Okay. NQ for Lou worked for $110. Canada. Let's look at Canada. Didn't even look at Canada. So Canada was 6C. Now, so Canada had a big move down. Looks like Canada would have worked fine. Okay, looks like the Canada trade would have worked. Did anybody trade Canada? Anybody trade Canada? Oh, Mark, you traded? It was delayed. So, folks, 7 money trades next week. 5 are excellent ones, really top-notch, excellent ones. $199, you can get involved with us. You can easily have a single trade that could pay for the service, easily. I'm not going to go crying in a corner because I had a jobs report not work after 6 months in a row of working. 6 months in a row. 6 months in a row. And as Israel says, it's been trading fantastic. Gold has been trading fantastic. So I went for higher profit, and it happens. It happens. So I really believe our system is awesome. I'm in here for the long haul. If you have a few bad trades, if you keep trading and trade the good reports, it's going to reward you. So get jobbcombo.com. You can't beat the service for $199. Willie, I'll tell you what the issue is. Did you never sign up? Willie, were you never able to sign up? It did not work for you? Is that what you're saying? Because I know what you could type in if you need to. Okay, then I should have a note. If it posted, you're good. You're good. You should get an email. You should be receiving you should have received an email. Let me know. Send me an email if you did not receive a welcome email. Okay, Willie? Send me an email. Right. No one has a strategy that works on everything, Israel. I agree 100%. I mean, there are times when every system is going to have some drawdowns. It's just the nature of reality. There's no way to avoid it. But for $199 a month, our system is awesome. I'm a 100% believer in our system, and I'm a 100% believer in coming into our trade room and learning how to add other setups to your trading, because we have a ton of them. In other words, we do more than just the money trades. Also, there's a lot of other opportunity if you want. Here's the link that works. Don't type www. It's just getjobbcombo.com. Getjobbcombo.com. That'll get you to this screen. We always tell the truth, Israel. Always, always, always. And sometimes the truth is lousy. You think I wanted to have a losing trade going into the weekend? Nothing I want more is a winning trade, but we show it like it is. The truth was that gold jerked up. It's been trading quite well all for the past 2 weeks. Gold's been very solid on reports. So you making a decision to trade gold today was not a bad decision. In other words, I can sleep having made the decision to trade gold, because if I would have won, I would have made 1,000. Okay. That was the risk that I took. I know, and I know from watching this report over and over and over. So finally, folks, this is an awesome deal. We're going to have winning trades next week. You know it. And we're going to have winning trades that if you hang in there and trade regularly and smart and with good risk profiles, you'll make money. Getjobbcombo.com is the link. It'll get you to our sale. Awesome bonuses, an earnings class in December, a free training class within the next 2 weeks, setting up the software. Daily market movers, the reports for 14 months, our member site. It's just a ton of great stuff. Just $199 a month for everything. Software, $199 a month. You can't beat it. So any last questions, folks? I want to thank everybody for coming. I'll see everybody next week. One more time, I'll show you the schedule. It's a very active schedule for next week. We've got WASD, which you know how I feel about WASD. I love the WASD report. Let me show you the schedule. One more time. So Tuesday, we got core PPI, trading it for real. WASD, trading for real. 10-year note auction, trading for real. And API. I've got 4 trades just on Tuesday alone. Wednesday, trading CPI. Unfortunately, I can't be here unless I can change my personal schedule. I'm going to miss oil and gas. Okay, I have not been trading oil because it has not been trading well. Gas has 2 bad trades in a row. I would absolutely trade natural gas next week live. I'm live on natural gas next week if I could get here on time. Okay, it's going to be real tight. 30-year bond auction, I'm trading that, and I'm going to trade Australia jobs. Thursday's a holiday. It's Veterans Day. That's why oil and gas are the same day, and that's why it's a weird week. And then Friday might be a trap trade with the University of Michigan and Jolts. Okay. They don't normally trade together. Might do a trap trade on that. Have to do a little research, see if I could find when they ever traded together. So next week, a lot of possibilities for profits. Absolutely a lot of possibilities. So when I say, folks, that I'm still absolutely excited about doing this, one bad trade, 4 bad trades isn't going to make me worry. So get jobbcombo.com and you can join with us for $199 a month. If you can't find a couple of trades to pay for your service every month, that's what I would look to do. Trade, find a way to pay for the service every single month, because it can be done. And then everything else is gravy. And we have a lot of gravy trades. We have, like natural gas. There is a way to trade natural gas. If you want to trade natural gas, wait for a stop out or 2. If you get 2 natural gas stops in a row, it's almost like a market gift. I hope I can get back here on time. Natural gas next week. It's almost a gift. I don't remember. I think natural gas has been stopped out 3 times in a row, maybe once in a year. Maybe once in a year. Anybody who's got a natural gas journal on handy, does anyone remember? Because we do have natural gas traders in the room. There are people that trade natural gas live. Now, you have to have a nice size account to trade natural gas live. Okay? You have to have a good account because there's risk. There is risk in natural gas. It's just the way that it is. But yes, but I'm definitely trading it. I would trade it next week. It rarely stops out 3 times in a row. It's just not common. Angie is dead to Calvin. Calvin, I understand. I'm not saying you should trade natural gas. Don't get me wrong. You got to have the risk tolerance for it. You got to have the account size for it. It's not something you do in a small account. And it's not something you do if you can't bear getting stopped out. Okay? Steve, did you register for last night's webinar? If you registered, we're going to send out the recording today. Steve, if you're still there. So does anybody have any last questions? I want to thank everybody for sticking with us. You know that we're going to show you our real account. We're going to show you our real account. And we're going to be honest about what happens with our trading system. Okay? You know we're going to do that. So, anybody have any last questions? This is our only event of the day. And I just want to thank everybody for coming and spending a whole week with us. Everybody that came here and spent the week with the free trade rooms. You know, we put a lot of time and effort into caring about the experience that everybody has and the money. We know that everybody wants to make money. I want to show you one more time. Okay. Type that in, get jobbcombo.com, and you can join up with us for $199. That's our weekly schedule next week. It's going to be a fantastic week. KT, we have a webinar every Thursday. We're doing webinars. We had one last night. Where we made this offer. Earnings class in December, bonus. Coaching in the trade room, you know, is always. 10-minute trades trade area is always. Earnings Masterclass, 14 months of the daily reports, a free training class for everybody that signs up, just $199 a month, no contracts. And that's the last time I'm saying it. Next week's schedule. All right. That's important. I'll be sending it out on Sunday. So I want to wish everybody have a great weekend. Great weekend. And I'll see everybody in the room next Tuesday for a family money trade. Our first trade is a family money trade. Okay? So I'll see everybody. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you all later. Okay, folks. Thanks so much for spending time with us. I'll see you next week. Take care.